If anyone still believes the 2024 to 2025 Champions League is going to follow the usual script, with Real Madrid or Manchester City marching toward another trophy, it is time for a serious reality check. This year's semi-final lineup tells a different story. The throne is wide open. The final four, Arsenal, Barcelona, Inter Milan, and Paris Saint-Germain, are not here to admire the scenery. They are here to claim the crown. Arsenal defeated Real Madrid at the Bernabeu with a performance that was cold, sharp, and clinical, shattering all the talk about so-called Champions League DNA like it was nothing more than a bedtime story. Barcelona, on the other hand, had to dig deep to overcome Borussia Dortmund, but in doing so, they showed that the Catalan giant has finally learned from years of painful lessons. Inter Milan needs no introduction. They represent grit and steel, the purest form of Italian football, and no other team left in the competition plays with the same blend of discipline and intensity. As for Paris Saint-Germain, for the first time in many years, they actually look like a team, not a group of individuals chasing personal glory, but a collective chasing victory together. This year's semi-final is not a superstar showdown. It is a battle between four teams who understand how to wait, how to endure pressure, and how to strike with surgical precision. The team that remains the coldest, sharpest, and most ruthless will be the one lifting the trophy. Barcelona's return to the top is not driven by nostalgia. It is a clear and powerful statement to the rest of Europe. The Catalan club is back, and they are not relying on the fumes of past glory. They are powered by structure, genuine talent, and a game plan that is clearly working. Barcelona in the year 2025 is no longer the fragile side we saw in recent seasons. This is a team forged in steel that plays beautiful football while finishing with icy composure. Their greatest strength lies in midfield, where Frenkie de Jong and Pedri operate as the twin engines that power the system. De Jong brings versatility and control. He resists the press, carries the ball forward, and creates space. He does not need to score or assist to be the heartbeat of the team. Pedri is subtle but surgical. With his smooth touch and elite vision, he is the one who makes the entire machine tick. Quiet but absolutely vital. Up front, Barcelona have the current crown jewel of world football, Lamine Yamal. Just 17 years old, but playing like he has been doing this for a decade. His dribbling, decision-making, and finishing are already elite. From curling long-range shots to precise through balls and cold-blooded calm in front of goal, it is all there in a teenager. Beside Yamal is Rafinha, who ranks second in the Champions League scoring charts this season with 12 goals and 7 assists. And do not forget Robert Lewandowski, the Polish veteran who has netted 11 goals and remains a strong contender for the Golden Boot. But what truly makes Barcelona dangerous is that they are not relying on individual brilliance. They are built on a strong foundation. In defense, Jules Koundé is having his best season since arriving in Spain. Ronald Araujo, despite the occasional mistake, is still a rock, both in spirit and in physical presence. In goal, Marc-Andre ter Stegen may not always be flashy, but when the pressure is highest, he is as steady and reliable as any keeper in the world. Barcelona averages over 62% possession, concedes just 7 shots per match, and has allowed only 4 goals in 10 games, numbers that reflect maturity and depth. This is no longer a team in transition or learning on the fly. This is a fully fledged title contender. According to Opta analysts, they may have the lowest odds among the final four at just 21.8%, but statistics cannot measure mentality, and Barcelona's greatest weapon may just be their most terrifying one: calm, calculated composure, powered by a well-drilled system. As for Inter Milan, they have reached the semi-finals without the noise or flash of Real Madrid or Paris Saint-Germain, but that does not make them any less dangerous. This is their second semi-final appearance in the last 3 years. That is not luck. That is consistency. That is staying power. Since their last home defeat in the Champions League back in September of the year 2022 to Bayern Munich, they have gone unbeaten in 15 straight matches at the San Siro, and that streak did not come against weak opponents. It includes victories over Benfica, Porto, Atletico Madrid, and most recently, Bayern, the very same team that haunted them 2 years ago. But it is not just their form at home. Inter Milan's defense is one of the tightest in this year's competition. They have conceded only 5 goals in 12 matches, averaging just 0.41 goals per game. That puts them just shy of the all-time record set by AC Milan in the year 1994, which was 0.25 goals per game. Here is the impressive part. Inter is not playing negative, ultra-defensive football. This is not a team parking the bus. They defend with structure, with discipline, and with total unity. Even more remarkable is the makeup of their starting 11. This is not a young squad. In the first leg of their quarterfinal against Bayern, Inter became the first team in Champions League history to start 4 players aged 35 or older. Goalkeeper Jan Sommermate, Francesco Acerbi, and Henrik Mkhitaryan all started. But their age did not slow them down, it sharpened them. Together they held off Bayern's elite attacking force led by Harry Kane and Michael Olise with calm, calculated resilience. And the standout performer? That would be none other than captain Lautaro Martinez. He has now scored in 5 consecutive Champions League matches, the first Inter player ever to do so. At 27, Lautaro is far more than a finisher. He is the tactical heartbeat of Simone Inzaghi's side. He often drops into midfield to connect play like a classic number 10, while still remaining lethal in front of goal. Lining up beside him is Marcus Thuram. He may not grab the headlines, but he is an essential part of Inter's lightning-quick transition game. Over and over again, Inter has punished opponents with just 6 to 10 passes, slicing through defenses in ruthless counterattacks. In midfield, Nicolo Barella continues to be the tireless engine of the team. Meanwhile, Hakan Calhanoglu has fully embraced the role of deep-lying playmaker. He does not need to dribble through defenders or dominate possession. Every long ball and switch of play is measured, intelligent, and designed to unbalance the opposition. This is not the story of a Cinderella team making a lucky run. This is the quiet, steady return of a true European powerhouse. Inter Milan is not flashy like Real nor glamorous like Paris, but they have something far more important, a solid core. From a manager who reads the game like an open book to a squad full of players who know how to rise to the occasion. There is one weakness, though, that has made some observers hesitate to place full confidence in Inter squad depth. Compared to English or Spanish clubs, their bench is noticeably thinner. Core players like Alessandro Bastoni, Federico Di Marco, and Nicolo Barella often play the full 90 minutes. Just one key injury could throw off the entire balance of the team. But Inter is not concerned. They do not need a bench filled with stars. All they need is themselves, resilient, disciplined, and hardened by battle. That is Italian grit at its finest. The same footballing DNA that led them to European glory in the year 2010, and now it fuels belief in another potential triumph come June. As for Paris Saint-Germain, they are entering a phase rarely associated with them in the Champions League. They actually look like a team, no longer a group of superstars playing on instinct, no longer a side that collapses the moment they are hit on the counter. This is now a well-oiled machine, one that seems programmed to dismantle opponents, and more importantly to stay composed in moments of chaos. Reaching the semi-finals is no surprise. It is the logical next step for a team managed by Luis Enrique, playing a brand of football that is both elegant and tactical. What stands out most is how Paris Saint-Germain controls the game from midfield. The trio of Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, and Manuel Ugarte forms a constantly shifting engine. They do not just rotate positions, they pull defenses apart, forcing them out of shape. Just one subtle movement from Vitinha is enough to break a defensive line and open space for Ruiz or Neves to step in and launch the next attack. As Luis Enrique once said, football is a game of control. Now Paris Saint-Germain is finally playing like they believe that too. Up front, Ousmane Dembele is no longer the inconsistent dribbler of old. He has evolved into a lethal weapon, racking up 32 goals across all competitions this season. He is now the spearhead, an asset Enrique moves fluidly through various attacking setups. Even more impressive, the forward line is no longer fixed. Dembele, Bradley Barcola, Randell Colawani, and 19-year-old prodigy Warren Zaire-Emery constantly rotate, leaving defenders scrambling to adjust. Speaking on Amazon Prime, coach Luis Enrique put it plainly, "We deserved to go through after both legs. Paris Saint-Germain played with high intensity, took their chances and scored great goals. We were the better team." This marks the second straight season they have reached the semi-finals, and this time they are not planning to stop there. The numbers speak for themselves. Paris Saint-Germain has played 163 Champions League matches without lifting the trophy, the second most of any club, behind only Arsenal. But now, according to Opta, they have a 24% chance to win the tournament. That puts them just behind Arsenal and Inter Milan. This new version of Paris Saint-Germain presses hard, plays smart, and knows how to absorb pressure. No more of the Neymar, Mbappe, Messi spotlight. This is a team that knows how to suffer, how to counterattack, and how to win together. Then there is Arsenal living a dream that is starting to feel very real. After eliminating the most decorated club in Champions League history, the Gunners are now seen as the frontrunners with a 28.7% chance of winning it all. It is a well-deserved reward for a young, fearless squad that is hitting its peak. At the Bernabeu, often described as a 90-minute nightmare, Arsenal made time stand still. Real Madrid managed just 3 shots on target, an astonishing stat considering they had Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Kylian Mbappe, and Jude Bellingham on the pitch. Meanwhile, Arsenal played with icy composure, controlling space, exposing weaknesses, and capitalizing on every opportunity. Bukayo Saka missed a penalty? No problem. He responded with a delicate chip that opened the scoring. William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes made mistakes? Gabriel Martinelli sealed the result in stoppage time with a textbook counterattack. Arsenal does not need to be perfect. They just need to be a team that covers for one another, the same quality that once made Real Madrid unstoppable. Declan Rice perfectly embodies Arsenal's identity this season, sharp, composed, and unshaken. "I felt this before I even signed," he said after the match. "We didn't come here for the experience, we came to win, and we did." When Mikel Arteta rotated heavily in the Premier League, some believed he had given up on the domestic title, but now it is clear he timed the shift perfectly, going all in on the Champions League, and the gamble has paid off. Few managers could take a team knocked out by Benfica last year and turn them into title contenders within 12 months, but Arteta did it. And the most terrifying part? Arsenal has not reached its ceiling yet. With young talents like Miles Lewis-Skelly and Ethan Nwaneri waiting in the wings, the story is far from over. That is Arsenal's greatest advantage. They are not just trying to win this year, they are building a legacy. So when the Bernabeu fell silent once again after the final whistle, the message was clear. 4 teams, 4 unique stories, but only one rule remains: win or go home. Arsenal is on the right path. They know exactly how good they are. Inter Milan is pragmatic, ready to suffocate anyone who challenges them. Paris Saint-Germain is no longer chasing dreams, they are executing. And Barcelona, they have learned how to rise from adversity and thrive. This year's Champions League semi-finals will be a stage for chaos, drama, and brilliance. And now, we are all just waiting to see who will write the final chapter.